The 100th anniversary of America's entry into World War I in 2017 will soon be here. I believe that we should give special attention to honor our heroes from that war. One of them was Hobey Baker, the star athlete of the Princeton class of 1914, hailed as the best college football and ice hockey player ever. Another was my uncle, Robert Stiles, Harvard class of 1916. He was president of the Crimson Daily newspaper and manager of the varsity baseball team. Baker and Stiles both learned to fly in 1916 in the Curtiss Jenny JN-4 training plane. Just as President Wilson was campaigning for his second term on the slogan, "He kept us out of war," the Flyers knew better. Both men volunteered for the U.S. Air Service when war was declared, and both were soon in France being trained to fly the French biplane Spad. The Germans used the triplane Fokker, which the Red Baron Richthofen said, "It's as maneuverable as the devil and climbs like a monkey." The Spad was faster but less maneuverable. The Spad and Fokker shown here are flyable replicas you can look at the Rhinebeck, New York Airdrome, Rhinebeck, New York. Here is the Red Baron's flying circus, 4 or more planes in formation, very experienced and highly trained, looking for American, French, or British patrols to attack. I have published a book about how Baker and Stiles tempted fate by confronting the Red Baron's flying circus. Although the Baron was dead by that time, Hobey and Robert got into combat. The circus remained as deadly as ever, shooting down American and other Allied planes as the war was coming to an end. The wartime patrols were generally made by 3 or more Spads. Hobey was Stiles' flight commander and flew in front. They had fuel for only a 2-hour flight and made 3 patrols per day when the weather cooperated. The win or die mortal fights could be decided almost before the pilot knew he was being attacked. In this case, the triplane Fokker has surprised the biplane Spad, often coming down from above with the sun behind him and turning up just below the Spad. A surprised American pilot might try to escape by turning sharply up, flipping over, and reversing course in what is known as an Immelmann turn, named for the German pilot who invented the maneuver. However, the more maneuverable Fokker might be able to keep up with the Spad with deadly results. Hobey and Bob, on the other hand, often write that they had taken the advantage of a triplane Fokker or other German plane from below, as shown here. In this case, the faster Spad is closed on the Fokker and only has to turn up and fire the 2 Vickers machine guns to shoot the Fokker down. Once Hobey wrote that a Fokker he was pursuing came over him upside down, so close he would recognize him if he met him on the street or anywhere. The flying circus often tried to isolate and attack one Spad. In this case, the American or other Allied pilot is in their peril. Here in this dramatic sequence, the Spad is turned sharply up into a complete loop and then gone into a vrille, a steep dive at full throttle to escape. Unfortunately, Robert Stiles was shot down and killed by the Germans in September 1918. The pilots carried no parachutes, and they most feared burning to death as their plane fell, as shown here. Hobey Baker survived the war but was killed in a tragic accident in December 1918. The book includes Robert Stiles' complete wartime diary and excerpts from Hobey's many letters home. Check out our website at temptingfate.org. Click on the film to view a short video about the major 60-minute documentary Sumner Glimcher, an experienced documentarian, is preparing. Note that Chesley Sully Sullenberger will be our narrator. He was a commercial pilot who set his plane down in the Hudson River, saving all on board. He compares his skills of instantaneous response to those of Hobey and Bob in combat. Click on Donate to participate in the funding of this remarkable documentary film in the making. Everyone who donates will be listed on the credits at the end of the film. We intend the film to be shown on PBS, Nova, or the History Channel as a prime time show. The credits indicate that the dogfight images were created and were not taken as part of an air show. We hope that the documentary will be a highlight of the celebration of the 100th anniversary of our entry into World War